हेलो। क्या हाल चाल है भाई लोग, कैसे हो सब लोग? टीम आ गई है। थोड़ा हम पहले लाइव आ गए जल्दी यार, लाइन अप आ गया था तो मैंने सोचा कि हम लोग भी थोड़ा जल्दी लाइव आ जाते हैं। तो लाइनअप क्या है थोड़ा डिस्कस कर लेते हैं और देख लेते हैं कौन क्या है। बाय द वे लेट मी नो इफ यू गाइस कैन हियर मी सी मी। तो ओके, we'll just wait for a little bit for Priyanka to also join in. ये है लाइनअप। नापली का लाइनअप अभी आया नहीं है, वो है। The big news is of course that James Milner starts this game. Liverpool versus Napoli. Alisson, Alexander Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. आई पता नहीं, मुझे लग रहा था कि मैटिप स्टार्ट करेगा ये गेम, बट आई थिंक क्लॉप हैज गॉन फॉर कंटिन्यूटी वो गोमेज के साथ। ठीक है, आई एम नॉट टू अपसेट अबाउट इट। आई थिंक मैटिप को थोड़ा टाइम देना भी पड़ता है वंस ही इज बैक। एंड देन फेबिनियो, मिलनर एंड एलियट। अरे यार, फेबिनियो, मिलनर एंड एलियट। मिलनर यार, बात वही है ना अभी, मतलब इट विल अगेन बिकम वेरी, वही क्यों मिलनर, मतलब मैं अग्री करता हूँ यार, मिलनर को नहीं खेलना चाहिए था। थियागो वापस आया। थियागो का तो यार मुझे लग ही रहा था कि थियागो नहीं खेलेगा, ही विल नॉट स्टार्ट बिकॉज थियागो इज बेसिकली जस्ट बैक फ्रॉम इंजरी। एंड क्लॉप थोड़ा टाइम लगाता है यार, प्लेयर्स को टाइम देता है वो। तो थियागो तो खैर मुझे पता ही था नहीं खेलेगा। जेम्स मिलनर, हाँ दिस इज, ये है खतरनाक। बाय द वे गिव मी अ थम्स अप इफ यू गाइस कैन हियर मी। ये नया माइक में ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, तो यू नो अगर आवाज आ रही है तो जस्ट गिव मी अ थम्स अप if you guys can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. All right, I'm just trying a new mic. Cheers Aniket, Lakshman, thank you. Right, तो यार यही है, मतलब मिलनर, मैं बहुत खुश नहीं हूँ उस कंक्लूजन से। मतलब मेरे को लगा कि आर्थर को खिलाना चाहिए था यार। आर्थर ऑप्शन है, फैबियो करवालियो तो चलो इंजर्ड है, तो वो ऑप्शन नहीं था। बट आर्थर को लेके आया डेडलाइन डे पे, हमको स्टार्ट करना चाहिए था इसको। अब आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द थिंकिंग बिहाइंड इट एट दिस पॉइंट। आई डोंट नो, मे बी what is this, is it because it's just, hi Priyanka,
Hello, hi.
what's happening?
Just excited for the match. Of course.
Did you have a look at the lineup?
No, I haven't. Just let
So
me
the
quickly look
so
at
the
it.
lineup is this. So James Milner starts.
I kind of expected that as Klopp mentioned. Okay,
James
so we
Milner,
have Milner,
Harvey
Fabinho.
Elliott, and Fabinho. Are you happy with this?
I expected Milner to start. I was just not too sure about the front three. And yeah, I can see Firmino there instead of Nunes. But yeah, I'm hoping Thiago does come on. We know that he's kind of back, but I think I saw his leg all like taped up and just everything trying to hold it together. So
I am not a big fan of James Milner starting in this one, honestly, because I would have, I would have, I mean, I would have wanted to see Arthur play this one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I listen. I love James Milner, but I don't. I just don't get. You know, see, the thing is, our whole system is designed around players playing quick passes and trying to recycle possession quickly. Milner, for no fault of his, tries those 40-yard passes and that doesn't work out. So I don't know. Do you see? Do you? Would you put yourself in Klopp's shoes for a moment and try to understand why James Milner is starting this one, Priyanka?
yeah, I was actually I had thinking about this, before coming on here because he mentioned that Arthur didn't really, have a lot of time to train. So that's one of the reasons why. Like, so he mentioned that he hasn't been like playing regularly with his old club, and he wants him to get like used to our style of play. Because and even in the press conference, I think Allison mentioned that he has the Brazilian style of play. He can do it, but I think Klopp is just waiting to get him on at the right time, not rush him. So yeah, I think putting myself in Klopp's shoes, I think that's what he's trying to do, just like not rush. And let's hope that James Miller. I know he's getting a lot of criticism. A lot of people are not happy, but
Yeah.
I mean, the most we can do is just like support him and hope he plays a good game today and has a good game, and doesn't do anything that will cost us, but instead contribute to it.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, yeah, I mean, I hope he plays well. Of course, that's not the thing. But I listen. Have you been following Napoli's results? Have you,
yes, I have the
they're
number
scoring for
77.
fun.
I can't pronounce his name, but he has just been incredible for them.
Which,
Like, yeah, literally, he's been scoring goals left, right, and center there. And yeah, they have been pretty good in their league as well. I think they're second right now
yeah.
in the table. Yeah, yeah, they have been playing really well, and they don't have like they're coming from I think wins and a win and two draws somewhere, so they
Hmm.
are in good form. That's obviously going to boost their confidence. While we, on the other hand, have had like a very shaky start in the Premier League. So
I, honestly, I am a little worried for certain players. Definitely, um, you know,
Milner.
Milner is one of them because this Napoli team. No, they will attack. They will try to get one over us in terms of our legs. I just I just don't know. I mean, Ajax 3-0 up exactly, Anshul. Ajax are 3-0 up. Um, this group is looking, day by day, it's looking trickier and trickier. But what's your opinion on the front line, Priyanka? I mean, happy with that? Do you think you would have wanted Nunes to start this one? Do you think Firmino is the better choice according to you?
So I thought that Nunes would start and Firmino would come in like as a sub somewhere, like 60 or 70 minute. That's what I was expecting, and that's because I thought we'd start off with high intensity, trying for those goals. Nunes, trying to get a goal over there. But
Yeah.
yeah, obviously there looks like there are other plans today, and hopefully Bobby can score for us today.
I think starting Bobby was a good choice because Bobby is in form and फायदा है यार उससे मतलब he's scoring goals and we would want someone who's decisive, who's in that touch. By the way, guys, I know we started a little bit early, around 7 to 8 minutes early, but Priyanka has joined us from the Fanspire. So जाओ यार, सबसे पहले जाके head over to the Fanspire and hit the subscribe button. सबसे पहला काम वो करो. मैच के बारे में हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं काफी ज्यादा एंड वो सारी बातें हम लोग करेंगे बट आई
Oh,
डोंट.
I do have a question for you. You mentioned that you aren't like too happy about Milner, but who would you like replace? Like considering all the injuries, who would you feel would like be the right fit to start? Even though like Thiago is just coming off an injury at the moment.
Honestly, I would have started Arthur in this one
Okay.
because he's see, I know that he's not done very well in Juventus. It's not like I'm expecting Arthur to come and just save our season or anything like that. But यार वो एटलीस्ट ही कैन रन राइट. मिलनर से अभी वो नहीं हो रहा है. The thing is, Milner will get run over. The problem with Milner playing is this. Now you have Fabinho, who जो बीच में रहता है, he tries to break up play, and you have Harvey Elliott who tries to go ahead and tries to link up with Salah and Trent. That's his role. The problem with Milner is because of his age, because of the fact that he cannot run, that creates an imbalance in the field and that creates gaps which Napoli will try to use because that zone that for example when Elliot moves ahead, that zone that he leaves behind, someone from Napoli's midfield will get into those zones and then they can try to play those long balls and that can become a problem. That is my issue with Milner starting. It is not to do with I mean I'm not giving into the social media thing of hating Milner. But I just feel that there are limitations with his game. But I get what you are also trying to say, because Arthur is new, right? He's new, and it will take some time to get into this. What have you made of Mohammad Salah? There is a lot of chatter about Mohammad Salah. What have you made of his slow start of the season?
So personally, I think like I feel like his role has changed. Like obviously with Mane gone, this whole kind they've tried to like change the way we play. Not too much, but they've tried to change Mohamed Salah's role as such. So
Yeah.
he's been more on the wings. He's been his movement is more about over there, and I think that is affecting. Like last season we saw him get into the box and take those chances, but it's obviously not working this season. He's more on the sidelines. um and also he has been playing a lot of games. He's
Hmm.
constantly been playing last season, this season. I know they are like trained for this, and I think he as a player would want to play and start every match. But I just hope that isn't affecting his form too much, because obviously we haven't seen the Mohamed Salah we expected, like scoring goals, because that's what we've expected from him after last season. So yeah. And also, I think this, like, I was having this conversation with someone, and someone was like, maybe the Premier League teams have just figured out a way to stop Mohamed Salah. They've just gone and studied him. They've studied so much of data, like they've just figured out how to stop him. But,
He-
but
I don't think that is the case. I don't think that is the case. Because if they had to figure him out, they would have done that a long time ago. We did a slight
right.
video about James Miller. I'm saying we did a small video about Mohamed Salah. He See, his XG is not very far off from where it was last season, non-penalty XG.
Mhm.
Right? He's getting similar kind of chances, but the volume is less. That's the thing. And anyway, we have a smaller sample size right now. Are
Right.
you a little surprised, Priyanka, that Jota is not starting this one? I expected Jota to start this one. Out of all the players, I expected Jota would start this.
So I was thinking about it. Like, we've seen Diaz play on the left, and Jota also, plays on the left and sometimes in the center as well, if I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. Yeah. So I was just like, then what happens to Diaz if Jota's on the left? Unless, we get him into the
Hmm.
center position. So I think that was something that we'd have to consider. And also the fact that he's just back from an injury. Maybe they're trying not to rush him too soon. So yeah, hopefully, like if we need him, he comes on like as a super sub and gets the job done for us.
I mean, I guess it's a good option to have on the bench. But let's talk a little bit about Napoli. Priyanka, I don't remember the last time we played well uh, away at Napoli. I forget winning
We have never had a good game, right? It's always been like a draw and
or a
things like
loss.
that. Yeah, yeah. Like I
Yeah,
kind of went through the stats, and it's always not been the best for us.
it's not a happy hunting ground for us at all. I mean, हर बार यही होता है कि हम लोग जाते हैं एंड हम लोग का परफॉर्मेंस ही अच्छा नहीं रहता है. ये बहुत बड़ा एक इश्यू है, मतलब. एंड आई थिंक Napoli will be well aware of that. But I don't know how much of Napoli have you watched, Priyanka. This is not the Napoli that we have played. It is not Carlo Ancelotti's Napoli, but it's a more adventurous side. I mean, last time when we played, they were very solid at the back, proper Italian side. This is slightly different.
Right.
Spalletti is a slightly expansive style. Do you think that is something that we can? Do you see us forget we can or cannot? Do you see us exploiting that?
Right. So actually, I did, go through and just like watch a couple of Napoli games, like couple of the previous ones. And one thing that I've noticed is that, like as you said, right, they aren't playing the same old defensive. If you see, it's kind of similar to us in the fact that they attack through the wings, and
Yeah,
either they put in like a cross or they try to minus that ball back and get into the box and score. And that's
yeah.
what they've been doing. Another thing I've seen is they are good aerially. Like I think two to three of their goals have come from like headers. So
Hmm.
that is also something, those are their strong points. But the fact that they're moving up in terms of attack also means that we can exploit the back line if we put like a through ball down the middle. Of course, if those through balls down the middle work today, I think we have a shot at, actually exploiting them, since they're going to be climbing to attack, because we've seen like attacking football right from them in the past few games. So yeah.
I mean, see, the thing is, when I look at this Napoli side, and I watched a few, I'll be honest, I don't watch a lot of Napoli, but when I watched a little bit of Napoli play, they, there are definitely things that we can exploit, but not, which is why I was expecting someone with at least a little pace to play. I mean, you asked me about why I think who should play instead of Milner.
Yeah.
I just feel that um, and again we are sort of fixating on Milner a little bit. I'm not hating on him, but I just feel he negates a little bit of our he blunts our attack. मुझे ऐसा लगता है, right? Big game for Trent. I think Inzamam is right. I think it's a big game for Trent. Do you agree? This,
Yes, I do. Of course, he's not been his best like in the last few games, but yeah, I mean he's proved it, right? He's stepped up in big games, but and just praying that he does it again, because
I
obviously,
mean, yeah. Sorry. Go on.
no, that's it. I'm just saying that he can. He does have the ability to just like just come out and just silence all the haters, but he just
Yeah.
needs to be consistent. Consistency is something that we require right now, especially. So yeah.
डेफिनेटली यार, सी देखो, मिलनर फिर से मिलनर की बात करो, मतलब हैंड देखो, ट्रेंट को यार अभी ही हैज टू किक स्टार्ट हिज सीजन, राइट? वो अभी वी रियली नीड ट्रेंट टू स्टार्ट शोइंग अप, बिकॉज लास्ट मैच में तो आई डोंट नो व्हाट ही वाज डूइंग अगेंस्ट एवर्टन, ऑनेस्टली. It just felt like he's hungover or something, that the way he was playing was just weird. And I don't you know, look, he's the best right back in the world. Let's be honest, right? But he has not been playing well this season. That is also a fact, right?
Right.
So, but it's not just the defense. Trent is central to how we play, and I think Harvey and Trent, if these two, Harvey has been brilliant, but if he starts playing well, then if Trent starts playing well, then the entire team plays well. Let's also take a look at there was some question. What is your opinion on Tuchel's sack? Priyanka, what do you think? I found it. Look, the word I want to use honestly is stupid. I'm sorry. I know that's harsh, but no other word comes to my mind. What do you think about? I
Right.
just don't get it.
I was shocked, to be honest. Like suddenly in the afternoon, like I'm hearing he got sacked, and I was like, wait, what? He's just like he won you a Champions League. This guy, and they've spent so much money in the transfer window as well, and you just go ahead and sack him. I mean, no, I'm not a fan of that. Like if it was my football club, I'd be super disappointed with him.
I
Yeah,
I know, and I have not seen any Chelsea fan who
he is happy.
who's saying I even remotely understand this. They, you know, it's just I don't get it. Like, for example, if you look at Chelsea, the way they went about in the transfer window, he wanted certain players. He wanted Rafinha, he didn't get it. He didn't get Rafinha. He wanted Jules Kounde, he did not get it. Right? I know they have get him. Sorry, get him. Right? Because they've spent a lot of money, sure, but I just feel it's a little bit of the owner trying to, exert his dominance or show that, I'm running the show or whatever it is. It it just I don't know, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd feel extremely aggrieved. It's just weird. I don't understand this, Rishi. I don't know if you're a Chelsea fan. I just find this incredibly stupid.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd have to agree.
sorry, Bianca.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with the Tuchel thing. It's just that. Like I've heard a lot of Chelsea fans like just being angry about it, and I think that is
I was talking to a friend, and he's like, it's like Roman Abramovich has he has a deal with the current owner, Todd Bowley. He's still running the show from behind the scenes. Shaunak has a question. He says, "Wonder why we never use any other option. Something like 4-2-3-1 should be used with Nunes up front, Fabinho and Arthur in double pivot." What are your thoughts, Priyanka? Do you think
Um,
something like this can work?
It could, but I think we've just been very accustomed to playing the 4-3-3 for like a long time, and I think Klopp sees that as like his strength and the team's strength. So I think they've just got very accustomed to the 4-3-3, and I don't see them changing up the formation anytime soon. Um, no. So, but I
But do you
think
think?
that is
But do you
Liverpool's
think?
speciality, right? Like the way they climb from the wings, like the way they attack happens from the fullbacks. Like the 4-3-3 is like very synonymous with Liverpool. So yeah.
But do you think this something like this can work with the kind of players we have?
It could work. I mean, it depends upon how they actually show up, right? Like you put Nunes up front. It depends upon how Arthur actually adapts to the style of play as well. So just depends upon the players and basically how they adapt. Uh, Probably, I hope Klopp takes this into consideration maybe and tries to switch up the formation, see if
I
that works.
mean,
Because
I
we
mean,
would do anything to get like consistent wins in the Premier League now and you like even Champions League.
Look, honestly, in some games, even I think there was one game last season or last to last season where Klopp played, a 4-3-4, 4-3-4. No, it was something like, I don't remember. It was there were four attackers, 4-2-4, something like that, where Firmino was sort of playing. Uh, a little behind, and we had Salah, we had Mane, we had Jota, and we had Firmino. All these four players. It didn't work. We could not score. So it was against City at Anfield. I think City. It was a draw, from what I remember. Right. So I don't know. I don't know about this 4-2-3-1. I honestly feel. Look, honestly, I think we have some players who have to start showing up, right? Trent, Van Dijk. Van Dijk has escaped criticism. He's not been at his best. Don't you
Yeah.
think?
Yes. Like even like obviously it's not the Van Dyke that we've seen before. There's obviously
Yeah.
something off. It like I can't really put one thing
Looks a
in
bit
particular,
casual.
but seen so
Looks a bit
yeah,
casual.
like I feel like he isn't that aggressive as he was. Like if you see the previous, like he's gonna go for the tackle whatever happens. But we see him not doing that this season. Like he's probably like holding back. He's trying to just like cover and not go for the tackle. He seems a little bit less aggressive though.
Ajay says Nidhi bhaiya and Liverpool winning, don't worry, saying from a Madridista. अरे देख यार अजय, बात क्या है ना कि मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि हम लोग नहीं जीत सकते हैं. आई जस्ट फील कि टीम को देख के ना उतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा है. मतलब जिस तरह से हम लोग खेल रहे हैं, जो हम कर रहे हैं ना, वो देख के उतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा है और कुछ नहीं. राइट. तो दैट्स द सिचुएशन करेंटली. राइट. एंड आई रियली होप दैट हमारे प्लेयर्स स्टार्ट अच्छा, मतलब ये मैच में. एंड प्रियंका, आई डिड अ प्रीव्यू फॉर दिस वन. We have to start and end this game well, and we have to play well in the between of the game, right? Our problem a lot of times has been that we start a game very well, we are playing well, and then we have one lapse in concentration and we will concede a goal, or we will dominate, and for whatever reason we are not able to finish our chances. What have you made of Luis Diaz so far this season? Are you happy with his performance? Because forget social media. Social media is social media. They will criticize. But
Yeah.
according to you, do you think
Finishing and finding the back of the net, that is something that worries me, to be honest. Like, obviously, he's brilliant. We've seen him on the wing, but it's the goals that win you matches at the end of the day. And
he scored a few? He scored a few this
yeah,
season.
but he needs, like, we needed to score in those games that we lost and drew,
Hmm.
right? I mean, so yeah, it's just the goals that isn't coming. Obviously, he's been playing well, but we need the goals, obviously. And even like today, like, we need the goals. We can't afford like hitting the woodwork or taking our chances or and not scoring, because we have to score those goals.
What is the one thing that should go right according to you today?
Ah, should go right. Just so nervous just thinking of everything that can go wrong.
Yeah,
But one thing, Alison Becker. I mean,
Allison.
I like that. I feel great confidence just knowing that he's there in goal, in spite of everything that's happened with our defense line. Just gives me a lot of confidence knowing he's there at the back.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a little bit. Allison, I think he's had a little bit of a ठंडा गरम बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में, वैसा सीजन उसका स्टार्ट हुआ है। अब कोई कोई सेव्स उसने बहुत अच्छे किए हैं, कोई कोई सेव्स में वो थोड़ा अजीब सा भी दिखा है। पूरी टीम में इश्यूज है यार, अगर आप अटैक देखोगे, मिडफील्ड देखोगे, डिफेंस देखोगे, ऑल ओवर देयर आर इश्यूज। But I'll tell you one thing, and it will sound a bit emotional, Priyanka. I don't know what is your take on this. Champions League Liverpool is very different from Premier League Liverpool. Do you feel that? Have you felt that under Klopp? I mean, I have felt that. I mean, I honestly feel we can perhaps start kicking on. We can start our campaign today because Champions League is different. We are different in the Champions League and different in a good way. Do you think we can do that, or you see this? There's just too much of a gap.
No, I actually feel that we can do, like, it's obviously moving out of the Premier League, which, it's that's English competition. We're moving out into to play teams from other leagues, and I think we can do it. I'm pretty positive that we're going to get a win no matter how we play. Because I know that Klopp has also told the players feel the same passion. I think you can see it in their training videos. Like, the energy seems positive.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm just hoping the positive energy carries on into the game and they perform. So yeah, really, really hoping that we play well. But yeah, I think we have to win, and I think the boys are going to do that today.
absolutely. There's a question for you, Priyanka Didi. Who's your favorite player from this Liverpool squad? Who's your favorite player, Priyanka?
Okay. So I'm going to say Trent. So
Trent.
like, yeah. So it's kind of like I've been playing the right back position, and watching Trent over the couple of past few years. It's been like a lot. Like, I can learn from him, and it's really wonderful to see someone from our club step up into that role and be called one of the best in the world. Of course, I love Mo Salah as well, no doubt about that. But Trent is like one of my favorites currently, and obviously the fact that he's grown up with the club, it's like
Hmm.
his boyhood club, and he's
Cowser in the team.
yeah, the Scousers in our team. He's performing on such a big level. So obviously, I take a lot of inspiration from him, and I hope he performs well tonight.
Absolutely. I think everybody who knows, who watches Menace and the Monk, they know who my favorite player is. It's like it's not even it's not, you don't even have to guess anymore. Everybody knows who's my favorite player. But yeah, I think that there are a few more questions. Let me take them. या ईशांक, मैच है यार, देखो टीवी पे आपको देखा, सोनी 6 पे मैच है टीवी पे। और सोनी लिव पे तो मैच है ही। एग्जैक्टली, मैं बॉबी का भक्त हूँ यार। See, I know, dude. Like no, I know he's last season, towards the end of the season, he was not playing well. I'll be honest enough to admit that. But I'm a big time Bobby Firmino fan, man. I think that all the brilliant football that we saw under Jurgen Klopp, and we're still going to that we saw so far. Bobby was the reason why our attack clicked. So, and he's just so good to watch, man. Like, you'll not find a player who's so happy to play football. बॉबी को देख के ऐसे दिल से खुशी होती है, right? Thank you, Narit. Guys, we have about 100 people watching us here. Please go ahead and subscribe to the Fanspire. They come up with some absolutely amazing content. Menace in the Monk तो लिवरपूल चैनल है, इसमें आपको सिर्फ लिवरपूल कंटेंट दिखेगा. But the Fanspire पे you will find everything related to football. And Priyanka and the other people at the Fanspire are doing an absolutely fantastic job. Ajax just scored one more, so it's 4-0. Please go ahead and subscribe to the Fanspire. Priyanka, what were you at? 585? Guys, can we
Um, I'm not too sure.
around 585? Guys, can we get them to 750 by the time this stream ends? Can I please request all of you to go ahead and subscribe to the Fanspire? And if you've not subscribed to Menace and the Monk as well, please go ahead and do
Yeah,
it.
of
But
course.
yeah,
And
please
like the video
moreover,
as well.
यस प्लीज लाइक द वीडियो यार. और फैंसपायर का लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी दिखेगा और टाइटल में भी है, तो प्लीज गो अहेड एंड सब्सक्राइब टू द फैंसपायर. Now, one more thing, and as I'm just seeing the game, Ajax have just scored one more goal, so 4-0. I am getting a little tense about this group. राइट. बिकॉज जब जब मैच स्टार्ट हुआ था तो सॉरी जब ड्रॉज हुए थे तो everyone was like, oh, Liverpool have got an easy group. I
Yeah.
always maintained, listen, there are a lot of banana skins in
Nothing is yeah, nothing is easy until we get past it.
this, right? There are a lot of banana skins in this group. What are you thinking? What are you thinking of this? I mean, I don't know. Are you looking at the game right now, Priyanka? Ajax are
Yeah,
playing some brilliant
following
football.
this. I'm following the scoreline, but honestly, I feel like we should just take this one at a time, one game at a time. Let's not,
Yeah.
jump to the next game without finishing the first one. Like we went and drew to Everton out of all teams in the Premier League, so anything can happen. But yeah, if all works out well, I think we should be able to do it. But we got to remain focused. We can't like be slipping up. It's
So
possible. It's like looking at the current scoreline. It does seem scary, but we should just like focus and take one game at a time. I feel.
yeah, yeah. Pranav says, I won't be too surprised if we won't be able to get through group stage. No, Pranav,
It's a
that will be very
competition.
that will be surprising. It is possible, yes, but that will be surprising, right? Show some faith. ठीक है, सीजन अच्छा चालू नहीं हुआ है. जो भी इश्यूज हैं, show some faith, right? This team is still pretty good. We can still go ahead and actually win this group. I have full faith in that. Yes, issues are, ऐसा नहीं है कि नेपोली में इश्यूज नहीं है और आयक्स में इश्यूज नहीं है. ठीक है, तो इतना मतलब आप अगेन मतलब आप कर लो, लेकिन इतना मेरे को मतलब मेरे को नहीं, इतना पेसिमिस्टिक तो नहीं होना है मेरे को. Tanmay says all difficult away games for four teams in our group might even need important draws to qualify. Do you think a draw is the worst result today? Priyanka, I'm speaking to a friend today. I'll be back. I'm listening, but I'll be back in 2 minutes. Please.
Yeah.
Do you think a draw will be the worst result today?
I think a draw would be a bad result today, honestly, because we need the win. And apart from just the win, I think we need the confidence as well. Because we're coming from a draw from with Everton, who has not been the best this season as well. I think along with the points for Champions League, we need the confidence as fans, as the players as well. They all need the confidence of the win to go on with the next games. And yeah, and it also gives us a chance to see how good we are at the European stage. So I personally, I think a draw would be you know not acceptable today. We have to go for a win.
I mean, if we draw today, then we have a 2 point gap between us and um,
It just gets more difficult, right? We just need to like go and work harder, and there's like in the next
you,
games.
you know what? I don't want to see, obviously a draw would be a bad result. And I don't mean to do this. I want to see a good performance. I don't see, honestly, I don't care if it's a draw and we play well. Because that can be, उससे हम लोग आगे जा सकते हैं. अगर अच्छा खेले, that can be like a, I don't know, a springboard, if you will. right? Because I'm more worried about the performances, because even against Everton, I don't get it. Like, it takes like 45 minutes for us to get going. Sometimes it feels like that.
Right.
मुझे वो नहीं अच्छा लगता है. That is, according to me, the biggest problem. I don't care if it's a draw or it's a win or whatever. I want, of course, I want a win, but I want to see a good performance here. A good performance, get get the season going, and just go for it, which is what I
Yeah.
want to see.
And to add to that, like along with the good performance, I think we need to continue it, which is consistency, which has been missing. Like one day we're just scoring 9 goals against a team, and the next we can't seem to do the same. Like if we play well today, we need to like continue with it in the Premier League, in the rest of the Champions League, because we haven't been consistent. So consistency is something that we really need to look forward to.
I was obviously hoping after the Bournemouth game that we use that as a launch pad or a springboard, whatever you want to call it. But that didn't happen. Manas is in the chat. Manas says, guys, do smash the like button and see me in the studio as well. Absolutely, yeah. Dekho, Manas is on Sony. He's presenting the games tonight. कोई पूछ रहा था कि where to watch. So यार, आप सोनी 6 पे मैच देख सकते हो, अगर आप टीवी पे देख रहे हो. और अगर आप मतलब ऐप पे देख रहे हो सोनी लिव पे, तो वो तो मतलब अवेलेबल है ही. So definitely, why can't we have early games at 10:30 साला रात. आई थिंक एक दो गेम्स होंगे यार कुणाल, एक दो गेम्स हमारे होंगे जो थोड़ा अर्ली स्टार्ट करेंगे. तो हार गए तो हाँ, यही. दिस इज द लाइफ ऑफ अ यूरोपियन फैन इन इंडिया, नो. दिस जस्ट डजंट जस्ट अप्लाई टू अस लिवरपूल फैंस, इट अप्लाइज टू एवरीवन. कि
Right.
रात भर मैच देखना और सुबह जगना. बट प्रियंका, if if you look at this game, you said you watched a little bit of Napoli, of course.
Yeah.
Where do you think this game will be won and lost? The most important area, is it again the midfield, or you know, is it the attack, defense?
I think it's the defense because if we slip up, I think it's over. They're going to take advantage of it, and if we can actually get through their defense, then it's the game for us. And if we're clinical in the box and finishing our chances, so I think
Yeah,
apart from like I know the midfield is very crucial, but tonight I'm going to think it's the defense because if we see another Napoli player just cruising past Van Dijk and Gomez one on one with Allison, that's not going to work for us because we've seen it this season. We've seen that we aren't able to catch those, do the offside traps as we used to. When we've seen that the high line is being like tricky for us. So I think it's all up to the defense. If we can hold them off, if we can stop them from creating their attack, and if we get through their defense, it's our game. So yeah.
right, right, absolutely. Um, Abhishek says Liverpool have only lost one of their past opening matches in the Champions League campaign, though that was at Napoli in 2019-20. यार देख, Napoli के साथ तो यार मतलब एक बहुत बुरा, मतलब हम उनको हरा ही नहीं पाते हैं यार. मतलब वो पता नहीं, कुछ तो है. मतलब ब्लैक मैजिक कहाँ क्या हुआ है यहाँ पे, कुछ जरूर है. मतलब we हरा ही नहीं पाते यार. I don't know. I was recording a video today, and I don't know, Priyanka, if you remember, there was one more time that we played Napoli in the Europa League. It was a nil-nil. It was a very famous photograph that sometimes वो दिखाते हैं ना कि see this team and where we are.
Compare
उसमें
our teams.
yeah, Chase pairing, Christian Poulsen, and like random players, yeah, Milan Jovanovic, David and Gog, Ryan Babel. That game ended. That game also ended nil-nil. It was Roy Hodgson's Liverpool. It is there in my video. If you go ahead and watch today's video, it's a picture of that team. Napoli ke saath, it's been like forever. What do you think we can do to beat them? Finally, can we break the curse? And if we can, Priyanka, how can we break the curse?
So actually, I did read about their coach. He was like, "Oh, the stadium is going to be, full of fans, and their voices are going to be heard all the way to Anfield." So, in the same sense, I think they have passionate fans, and they are hoping of this the spirit of Maradona to like help them win. I think that's what their coach said, when I was like reading about it. But yeah, I think the fans are there. We've seen how Anfield, the cop at Anfield just impacts players, and hoping that doesn't like do a reverse, like an Uno reverse card on us today at their stadium. But I think it's all down to how focused we are, and if we are not slipping up here and there. If we are focused, I think we can get the win.
You know, my take on that particular thing, Priyanka, is that if we start fast, if we show that urgency in the first 15 minutes, I think we are good. Because if we get an early goal, no, then Napoli, anyway, they play a little expansive, like I said, they will be forced to come out more, and that will suit us.
Right.
And there is one more question. So first of all, Nish has joined the chat. Nish, thank you so much, bro. He says tuning this audio only with patchy network on Scottish Highlands. The bench looks strong, good enough to make an impact. Score prediction हम लोग जरूर करेंगे Nish towards the end of the stream. But for once, Priyanka, the bench looks good, right? The bench looks good. Like that has been one of
But
the
they're just
reasons.
players returning from injury. They've like not even played the game. You just have players who have just come back from the medical room with tape, guys. Like the name
Yeah,
sounds good, but they aren't really. I mean, they're back from injuries, so yeah, gotta consider
yeah.
that.
Nish, I'm really hoping one player, मतलब जैसा मैंने वीडियो में भी बोला था यार, अगर तूने देखा होगा कि जोटा मैं चाहता था ये गेम स्टार्ट करे, एंड आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग जोटा टू स्टार्ट दिस गेम, टू बी ऑनेस्ट विथ यू. आई एम रियली हैप्पी टू हैव अ प्लेयर लाइक जोटा ऑन द बेंच. नूनेस तो है ही, बट नूनेस थोड़ा अनप्रोवन है अभी. बट जोटा आई एम रियली हैप्पी टू हैव ऑन द बेंच यार. वो आके कुछ कर सकता है अगर जरूरत पड़ी तो. I mean, we are obviously we are hoping that it's all comfortable and he comes and adds on, but he can play really well. एक और question है. There is one more question. Can Kvaratskhelia be a real threat to us on the right side? So यार देखो, मैंने ज्यादा देखा नहीं है. I'll be honest. I have not watched this play. I don't watch the Italian league. तो मैंने ज्यादा देखा नहीं है. Priyanka, what about him? But from what I've read, he's extremely dangerous. He's the kind of guy who likes to make runs in behind, and he's and वो राइट साइड पे हो, वो सोच के मेरे को और स्ट्रेस आ रहा है क्योंकि वो साइड पे मिलनर है. What do
Right.
you
So
think?
actually, I did go ahead and watch like a short highlight video of him because when I was watching the previous highlights of the Napoli games, I saw him scoring, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, the number 77." So I had to go and check out a couple of videos of him, and yeah, it's just amazing. He was just scoring goals. He was just cutting through defense. Like even I've seen him taking like shots from the top of the box, like brilliant goals just scored there. So yeah, he is going to be a threat tonight, and we have to watch out for him. Honestly,
He, yeah, he's going to be a threat. Robo has to be very, very careful. Yeah. Um, is he? Does he play on the right side or the left side?
I think he plays on the left, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen him play on the left, or maybe he just like switches
What is our
between.
left axis going to be? It's Robo. एलियट तो he'll be, वो राइट पे रहेगा, तो मिलनर ऑन द लेफ्ट. ओ माय गॉड. या
It's gotta wait and see now.
yeah, I mean, I really hope that Milner makes me eat my words, and post game
Yeah.
stream में I put up my hands and say I was sorry, but I'm anyway. डोंट यू थिंक यूसीएल, हाँ यार प्रताप, हम लोग यही बात कर रहे थे कि चैंपियंस लीग में दिस इज लाइक अ फ्रेश कंपटीशन, एंड यहाँ पे हम यहाँ यहाँ से हम बिल्ड ऑन कर सकते हैं. तो ये तो हम लोग बात कर ही रहे थे कि दिस इज व्हाई दिस गेम इज सो इम्पोर्टेंट. दिस इज व्हाई विनिंग दिस गेम इज सो क्रिटिकल, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जीतेंगे तो वी कैन यूज दैट मोमेंटम इन द प्रीमियर लीग एज वेल, डेफिनेटली यार. हाँ, ही प्लेज ऑन द लेफ्ट.
He he is left winger for them, I guess. So that would be Trent having to counter him, if I'm not wrong.
if he's on the
He's on the
left
left.
side, then it
Yeah,
will be
he's like
on
a left.
Elliot and Trent's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Trent has to deal with him.
Oh wow. Yeah, Trent has not had the best of the starts this season. So yeah, it is going to be tricky, boss. It is going to be you're talking about a guy who has pace, and Trent has not started this game season well at all. तो उसके बारे में तो um, Sri Teja says Arthur and Thiago substituted after halftime. Hopefully, we can control and manage the game better. I guess this is the toughest game for us in the group, so a draw wouldn't be a bad result. So, we're literally talking about this, Sri Teja. Priyanka is of the opinion that a draw is a bad result, and frankly, so am I. I think that a draw would be a bad result. Yeah, Arthur and Thiago to be substituted after halftime. Honestly, bro, that depends on how we are playing. If we are in a very bad state, see, there are two reasons because of which I think these two players come on at halftime. Either we are cruising or we are really bad.
Yeah, really bad.
Right?
We
Because
just need anyone at that point to save us.
yeah, right, because these are the only two situations in which you make this drastic a change. I am obviously I and if you're a Liverpool fan, then I think all of us are hoping that we are cruising at that stage and still make those changes. But are you expecting Arthur to get some minutes? Obviously, he was never going to play in the Merseyside derby. That was he. I think he just got a feeler. But what do you think?
I see like if he doesn't like have a role to play today, like Klopp is just wanting to like test the waters. I see him like playing a few minutes, like 80 minutes somewhere coming on just to get a feel. If we're doing well and yeah, I see him like somewhere around 80 minutes just to like get a hang of or just test the waters. Yeah, but I don't see him like playing much because Klopp has clearly stated that he wants him in training more and he wants him to get
Hmm.
accustomed to our style of play. So yeah.
Were you surprised with the Arthur signing, Priyanka?
Yeah, I mean, it did come out of nowhere, right? Like, that's how Liverpool signings have been always, like, for the past few years. Somebody just pops out of nowhere and we're like, oh, we have a signing. Yay, finally. But it's good. Like, we did need somebody in the midfield. It's good that we have one
I
now.
Look, I think there are some doubts about him for sure, because apparently the reports are that he is more than ready to sign full time for us, but we are sort of wanting to test him out first.
Right.
So um, it is it is surprising. I really want to see. Look, about Arthur, no, I'll say one thing. He played at Barcelona, he did not do well. He played at Juventus, he did not do well. But both these clubs were going through a bit of an issue by themselves, right? I think that they were going through a bit of an issue. They had their own turmoils at that time. He has never really played, under a top class coach like Jurgen Klopp till now.
Klopp, yeah.
So maybe it just turns around, for him.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe that's what he needs, and I hope it is. So, yeah.
because obviously I hate to draw comparisons, but there are a lot of situations where अगर आप थियरी एंड्री को देखोगे ना, तो वो यूवेंटस में बेंच पे बैठा रहता था। उसको लाके, अब मैं आर्थर को थियरी एंड्री से कंपेयर नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बाय द वे। मैं बस एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ कि मतलब उसको यहाँ पे लाके वेंगर ने इतना सक्सेसफुल बना दिया। तो ऐसा होता है, ठीक है। इट इज पॉसिबल। अभिषेक says out of context, but हाँ यार, I'm safe. um, I'm safe here. I'm at home. I went to work today, but the situation in Bangalore is really bad. Like, people are being bailed out of their offices on like boats and all that. One woman passed away because she got electrocuted. There was a live wire in the floods. It is bad. It is bad. Um, your view on Liverpool's travel advisory? It's getting a lot of credit. Um, I don't know, yaar. See, Naples is a travel destination as well. It is a popular travel destination, but the hooliganism problem is also there. So and Italy ka thoda issues raha hai, in terms of obviously Sean, we had one of our players that not players. We had one of our fans who was stabbed, but मैं उसके बारे में ज़्यादा criticism कौन कर रहा है यार? Safety is a good thing. I mean, obviously, players, fans have to be safe. So, um, but Priyanka, we'll end the live in a little bit of because I think we all have to get back to our pre-match rituals and we have to start. We have to
Do you mind me asking, do you have any like pre-match rituals?
pre-match rituals. I like to sit with a cup of coffee. That is my pre-match ritual. Generally, when it's a late night fixture, midweek fixture, mein, I like to have a cup of coffee before the game, which is probably what I'll have right now, just to calm the nerves down. It helps a little bit, uh, and then, but not really, not much. What are your pre-match rituals?
Not like I don't have anything specific that I do for every match, but yeah, I generally like to wear the jersey and just go around and yeah, basically just wearing my jersey and cheering for them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, thank you, Sayyad. Guys, करीब 100 लोग हमको देख रहे हैं, तो please go ahead and subscribe to the Fanspire. The target that we are trying to get to is 750 by the time this stream ends. That'll be really good, yeah. तो जाके Fanspire को सब्सक्राइब करो, और अभी तक हमको नहीं किया तो बिल्कुल करो यार. Priyanka, most important player for Liverpool according to you in this game?
Okay, I'm gonna need a minute to think about
Please
this.
think.
Uh, Man, I really know that it's just going to be up to everyone to like play their part because one player is not going to do it. Like if Mo
That is
Salah has
a
a good game
that
and
is a
Trent
good
doesn't, like how
Trent.
is that going to work out for us? Or if Milner has a good game and Van Dijk doesn't, that isn't going to work out for us as well. But I'm going to think Bobby. He's
Bobby.
in the central kind of zone today, and I think we can exploit them through the middle. So if he figures a way to do that, yeah, and he manages to score goals, I think he's going to be really important for us today.
I honestly feel our most important player today has to be Fabinho. I think because of the again and again I'll go back to a little bit about Milner. I think he has to hold the midfield together, and that will be the key. If he is able to hold the attacks by Napoli, if he is able to frustrate Napoli, that is something I think we will have we will have benefits from that, honestly, because we will need to break them down. We will need to create that frustration, because they will be, यार देखो Napoli है, Champions League है, they will be full up for it. Their crowd will be up for it. By the way, I don't know if you guys read it on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. uh, so UEFA का एक मैच होता है जिसमें मतलब एक टूर्नामेंट साथ में यूथ वाला भी चल रहा होता है, चैंपियंस लीग का, वो चल रहा था, तो उसमें वी बीट देम टुडे 2-1. You know who scored? Ben Doak is our new signing who scored. The other guy to score was Oakley Cannonier. Who you know who Oakley Cannonier is? Of course, Priyanka, you would know. But Oakley Cannonier is the ball boy who gave the ball to Trent in that 4-0 Barcelona win. Right? That guy's name is Oakley Cannonier. So he has scored today. But the point is that even for the youth game, it was बहुत ही ज्यादा hostile environment था. तो ये तो अभी ये लोग और भी उस चीज को take it up a few notches. I think mentally we have to be very strong, because we've not had a good start to the season. We have to try and get a goal in early and try to play well, right? That is the most important thing. बहुत important game है. I honestly feel, but I honestly feel that this is the game on which a lot hinges upon. आई नो पहला गेम है चैंपियंस लीग का. हम अभी अगर इसके बाद भी 5 गेम है, बहुत कुछ वो सब मैं सब मानता हूँ, बट ये गेम अगर हम जीते ना, तो यहाँ से वी कैन ट्राई टू बिल्ड ऑन इट.
Right.
Do you feel the similar do you feel similar, Priyanka, or do you think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
no?
I do. think that, I mean, it's a must win. Just like as I said before, right? It's not just the win that will help us in the Champions League. It's how we take this kind of, energy from the game. Like if it's a good result, we're obviously going away with positive vibes, and that's going to follow through. And we need to make sure that it follows through for the rest of the games. And yeah, I like the past few seasons we've heard us being called the mentality monsters. We haven't really got that
Yeah,
this season. So I think it's
we
time
have
we
to earn that
step
tag
up.
again.
Yeah, it's time we step up to that name of being the mentality monsters again, because we know the players can do it. It's like it didn't really matter who the players were. They just came, got the job done, and we need to do that again. No matter who's on the pitch, we need the mentality back. And yeah.
Absolutely. I think I think those are the most important things. And I really hope that we are able to kick on our campaign, uh, and start from there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll close the stream now, but before I let you go, Priyanka, your predictions for the game.
Uh, I'm gonna say 2-1 with Liverpool winning.
2-1, 2-1 to a Liverpool victory. uh, Guys, please let us know in the comment section. यहाँ नहीं, जब लाइव खत्म हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद आप we'll take a few predictions here. But please let us know in the comment section what you think that. Thank you, Pratap. Good win yesterday. Let us know in the comment section what your predictions are. What are you thinking? Uh, पोस्ट मैच लाइव भी होगा यहाँ पे. दैट विल बी मी एंड मी अलोन. तो जरूर आना यार, पोस्ट मैच बात करेंगे. होपफुली इट्स अ हैप्पी चैट. प्रियंका, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर मेकिंग टाइम
Thank you so
अगेन
much
फॉर
for letting me come on. It's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Guys, if you've not subscribed to the Fanspire, क्या कर रहे हो यार? अभी से भी जाके सब्सक्राइब करो. Get them to 750 यार. अभी नहीं हुआ तो at least towards the till the end of the game, get them to 750, man. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's see you after the game. Cheers and up the Reds.
Thank you.